Hello, and welcome back to another video. I am dressed up, and I do want my costume commented on, so please feel free to. This is an extremely cheap wig, and I will never be wearing it again, so enjoy it while it lasts. Welcome back to another video, and today's video is going to be all about, you guessed it, introverted smiles. There are many segments in this video, so it's going to be a long one, so strap in. I don't know how to better explain what is going to happen today. I originally had this idea where I just wanted to make a 5-minute run about him, but honestly, there's a lot of ground to cover, and 5 minutes is not going to cut it. So instead, we are going to have a Shane Dawson style, I know that he's cancelled, please don't come for me, a Shane Dawson style documentary on the history of introverted smiles and how it led up to today. I just want to showcase the mental breakdown of it all, first and foremost, because I think it's the most neurotic part of this video, and I do think that we should get it out of the way first. So please do enjoy all of my contributors here and now who are going to read out Introverted Smiles mental breakdown, my nose ring fell out, from earlier this year. Enjoy.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
There are ex-Muslims on here that are just as toxic as Muslims on here, if not worse. Instead of addressing their mental health issues, they thrive on drama. They find posts to bash Islam to fill that void. I don't want to contribute to that right now. I'm taking a small break.
There's a rumor going on from ex-Muslims that I shame people for being mentally ill. This is not true. Ex-Muslim or Muslim should get mental help when they need it. I'm just being savage and saying that there are more ex-Muslims that bring problems on their own and blame others.
Ex-Muslims, atheists use the blasphemy to free others. Quotes. Excuse for their poor lifestyles. But they're really just imbeciles that want a lot of attention. Fair enough. When you act like I can't roast you, it's a bit hypocritical. How are you helping people?
Right, let's go through these notifications. Can I also get you to read these, plus any reaction you have? It's a spot-on Faye impression.
She is irrelevant on ex-Muslim social media, and she's on meds. Better leave this one alone. I won't say anything.
It is a disease for ex-Muslim women to think that every Muslim woman suffers. You do know a Muslim woman could be married and live happily ever after, while you suffer from hypergamy, abortion, domestic violence and baby mamas. I never see them talking about their own problems.
This is my last ex-Muslim Reels of the night. I'm starting fresh tomorrow with a clean heart. Muhammad spitting in the moon is more believable to me than Jasmine Muhammad tweeting about going to the gym. Just my opinion. Okay, I'm done. Positive tweets coming soon.
For all atheists and ex-Muslims that are complaining about me generalizing and maligning you, do you not see how it must feel for a Muslim? For them to be generalized and maligned for their beliefs every single day. Get a taste of your own medicine. Okay, so the logic here is obviously totally breaks down. And, you know, for obvious reasons, is that, yeah, he's literally every day maligning ex-Muslims and atheists. But there's something else I want to point out here, and that is that he is telling ex-Muslims to consider what it must feel like to be Muslim. He's telling ex-Muslims, former Muslims, that they should think about what it's like for Muslims. I don't know why he. And the thing is, he posts these things and he thinks he's brilliant. And
When Abdullah Samir accepted a $500 donation from David Wood, I knew it was the beginning of the end for me. Not saying Abdullah needed the money, but you can tell that he puts on a nice guy, in quotes, nice guy image for a reason. There's an incentive for this group to paint Islam in the worst way.
What the hell kind of name is Introverted Smiles? Okay. I'm deeming this 16-year-old Muslim girl to be the GOAT, greatest of all time. Okay. She's straight up savage, with a capital S. A vegan tries to push religious vegan indoctrination, and she's straight up honest about it. May God guide her through. Emoji.
I apologize to all the Muslim women, whether you wear the hijab or not. You have to deal with these atheist women that tell you that they're superior to your train of thought, and their brain works like this.
Something I noted throughout the years, white men who dislike Islam have a fetish over brown or Arab ex-Muslim women. They are the Arab damsel in distress and like to blame Islam. These brown ex-Muslim women have the same fetish for these white men saviors and blame Islam as well.
When people fail their studies and do nothing but cause trouble in their Muslim countries, they scream, "Ah! I'm an ex-Muslim in a press!" They look for shortcuts. Muslims that study and work hard come to the West with no problems. But then you have these people.
I love it. These guys are proving that it's a cult to be involved with ex-Muslims and atheism. If you're so mentally ill and irrelevant, you think they leave me alone. Interesting.
Abdullah Samir made a video trying to refute that ex-Muslims are not on social media for attention. Here's my video response. It's literally one pic. Meet the ex-moose Skunkaroni Pasta. In quotes, Skunkaroni Pasta, aka Noodle Girl. Flipping the bird, you gotta watch this girl. She looks dangerous.
Smiling is a charity. Muhammad. Okay. Build bridges and don't spread hate. A younger Muslim child with hijab tripped and hurt herself today. Why would you smile at that? I smiled and told a joke to help her feel better. May God accept that from me. If I tripped over it and some person then just came over and just said, "Hey, do you want to hear a joke?" I'd be like, "Fuck off!"
The ex-Muslim women that throw around the terms misogyny and patriarchy all they want. Everybody can see right through it. I remember I disagreed with the concept of polyamory, and when I was immediately labeled a misogynist. And they try to shame women for wearing hijab.
Wow, everything really is about sex when it comes to you. That's what the religion of atheism teaches. I love the soft nature of Muslim women, but I respect their boundaries here on Twitter. They may be married. I have morals, unlike you atheists.
Now this is one of my favorite tweets here. After my conversation with the rot in fire, I'm starting to believe in Jean again. I think the gene entered through her mouth at exactly 0.14 seconds in. Honestly, I still have love for her and all ex-Muslims / atheists. Don't take it personal. I'm signing off for tonight. Bye. And then he has a wonderful still of Faye. But okay, I need to point out that this is a pinned tweet. So he was so proud of this and thought it was so important that he put it at the very top of his profile. Is he like thinking he's one-upping? Like, is he like,
I won now. Beat that. You can't.
The opinion. I'm sorry, I fucked up. Take two. The option of beating your wife is not applicable in current times because it has no effect. Quote from Yasser Qadi. This man is a living legend. I hope the Muslims appreciate him. He has such a nuance for interpreting religion. Such a nuance. He is so nuanced.
I talk like Kermit the Frog. Yeah, I don't think that's it, Chief. This guy reminds me of a Pakistani used car salesman. Miss Piggy, break out my Patreon. I need to sell my nudes on OnlyFans.
Had one ex-Muslim woman tell me, I can't do an interview with you because I'm trying to come to America, and if they see that I'm okay and talk in a calm manner, they might deny my asylum. I'm just saying, bro.
Ex-Muslims are the new radical third-wave feminists. Not insulting, just pointing out an objective fact.
And now we have a lovely one that starts with him responding to another post with just a simple tweet. You're a fruitcake. Then Shmariana says something, and then later on Shmariana says something again, and he responds with, I'm starting to agree with the Sharia more and more every time you talk to me. Just because you claim that you're someone who's good, but I still love them all, and doesn't mean you are. Your actions are showing completely the opposite, and this is also a case of obvious, when he said before, think about the Muslims and how we're treated. By the way, I want to kill you.
Oh, he's now called Intro Reborn. I was gonna tweet, but I want to block you. And you can share that and cry like a bitch all you want. Intro Smiles wants everyone to think he's the entitled gift from God. When all he is bitter. Is a bitter, gossipy bitch. Yeah, you got that right. I'm tired of ignoring the gaping chasm of a cunt while he twaddles about trying to prove he's salt on the earth. At least I didn't get my head kicked in, but... Oh my god! Like, this guy sucks! Like, okay, right. Lol, you sound like Kermit the Frog. Done. Okay, cool. Epic.
I don't need to go into black neighborhoods and scream absurd things to prove that they're not violent.
And then this is my favorite. So 10 minutes after he declared that he was leaving Twitter and said bye, Shmariana posts something pointing out that he just posted something 10 minutes after, continuing his crap, and he responds with, the rooftop is waiting. The rooftop is waiting. Okay, so let's address something first. I think this is supposed to be, a threat. I assume. I could be wrong. So, what I'm picturing with this comment is, okay, setting the scene, it's like New York City at night, there's the skyline, the backdrop of, thousands of twinkling lights, there's the cacophony of the street at night, you've got, cabs and just a bunch of cars, honking at each other, you've got someone, like some voices arguing off in an apartment some distance away, the general typical New York City at night vibe. And then he's on the rooftop of one of these apartment buildings, and he's dressed up like in a leather jacket. He's looking like it's all like The Crow or something. the tortured poet, and he's up there and he's like crouching, and holding his phone. The blue light is, framing his face, and this is like a declaration: the rooftop is waiting. And then he's gonna, do this excellent job of tweeting because, yeah.
That'll teach them.
So as you can see, Introverted Smiles, over the last couple of months, I want to say, probably longer in private, but we'll get to that. Over the last couple of months, he has been incredibly preoccupied with coming for the ex-Muslim community. And we're going to go over his motivations at the end of this video, where we're going to talk about the DMs that he sent to me. Only some of them, because he is incessantly emailing and DMing me, even though I've put him in my spam. I want to just showcase some of the things that he has said in his videos previous to this about Muslims and other people. And I just want to put a little bit of a disclaimer and a little bit of a trigger warning. I really, really, really wouldn't advise someone to watch this if they get triggered very, very easily by content that isn't very politically correct. And I mean that to the highest degree. There's a lot of offensive terms that are thrown about in the next 10 to 13 minutes. So if that's not your cup of tea, please skip to the appropriate timestamp. I really, really don't want to trigger anybody. And I also want to point out that before Introverted Smiles decided to have his mental breakdown, he had deleted his entire channel, presumably because he had so much offensive content. But what he didn't take into account is all of the people that had reacted to his content. So I managed to find a couple of YouTubers who had reacted to Introverted Smiles' incredibly horrific content, and I have used their clips here to showcase the things that he has said. Now, I don't necessarily recommend the channels. Please do feel free to check them out at your own discretion, but I will link all of the videos that I used down below because they are still public for everyone to see. I found some of them incredibly hysterical. I found some of them incredibly disturbing, but I just wanted to put that out there before I showcase this to you. Following this, we will be looking at some tweets that he's posted, and these tweets will be much more recent. I'm just gonna put this like nose ring I'm just gonna not wear it anymore because it's not tight enough and I don't want to break it, and it's really pretty. It was cute for the pictures, but it keeps falling out, so I'm just not. Again, I will tell you, if you are triggered by abusive language and discriminatory language, I would advise that you do not watch this part of the video and you skip about 10 minutes towards the end. You'll still understand the premise of it because we will go through some tweets that are perhaps not as discriminatory, but still discriminatory. So yeah, here's the clip. I'm not even going to say enjoy, just observe.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Yeah, and that's my message I want to give to the Western world. There are Muslims that take this text very, very seriously.
And, like, you insult a Muslim nowadays, it's hate speech. You know what I'm saying? Like, they hold a low view for the rest of humanity.
Dude, fuck you, man!
Abdullah Zafar Sabawi, just a mental retarded faggot Arab. And that dirty packy Osama Ahmed. And there's Muhammad Abdullah, a stupid black kid. I'm confident that I could get a girl if I wanted to. I'm confident in...
You're not confident, okay?
But you don't see Christians applying these verses because they are raised with secular values. They appreciate freedom. They appreciate the freedom of choice. Whereas a Muslim, they're raised in these countries where it's totalitarian.
The 50 people dead at the nightclub. And my previous video was just, I didn't have much information. I didn't know the guy was Muslim. But now that I found out, I'm just outraged by this. And we have so many more terrorist attacks, and To name drop some of these stupid motherfucking useless Muslims.
Muslims, they don't know what freedom is, and we have to teach them the value of freedom.
You got questions that need to be answered, Muslims, and you're just gonna sit there and insult me. I want answers. If you want to integrate in the USA, that's fine, that's cool. But don't act like those Muslims in Europe, whether they go and harass women, and they don't want to integrate, they don't want to be part of society. They just want to take over. That's what I have a problem with, bro. It's like they're the most fucking useful people that live off the government, those type of people. And even if they have engineer jobs or they're in college or whatever, they're fucking dirty and useless anyways. Hypocrisy. Complete, total hypocrisy.
You're a hypocrite, bitch.
I don't really care about what you want in this country anymore, Muslims. I really don't. Go back to your country, if that's how you want to live. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I might, offend some people, but it's a strategy. I always offend with a strategy, because I want people to listen.
More like with no strategy.
So it's time for you Americans to start taking a stance, and fucking white people stop feeling guilty. Because I'm getting to my limit here. I'm getting to my limit where I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of this political correctness.
Look, man, it's the internet. I'm cool. Call me whatever you want. I don't care,
No, you actually care. You actually care.
I don't know, anybody. That's why I think Muslims are fucking useless and stupid. We're dealing with a reality. If you want to import these people into our country, that's what you're going to have to fucking deal with. Two-faced motherfuckers that want the Sharia, that don't respect your laws.
They look at the Quran, and like I said earlier, you cannot deny a verse of the Quran. Whereas if you're a Christian looking at the Bible, you can look at the Bible and say, hey, I don't really believe in that, but I'm still a Christian.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to integrate. They're always taking the shitty pro-Palestine political views, and they're fucking useless. I mean, I just want to fucking slap them across the face if I ever had the chance.
Piece of shit, sand nigger, camel jockey.
You said all Arabs are sand niggers and camel jockey.
So it's time for you Americans to start taking a stance, and fucking white people stop feeling guilty. Because I'm getting to my limit here. I'm getting to my limit where I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of this political correctness because it's killing our country. And it's time for us to take a stand as a people. Time to be warriors. Time to call out the bullshit. Time to stand up.
Wants to be a little bit more professional, I will hit that. I'm a fucking nice guy.
No, dude, you're not. You're not. You're not for the last time. You're not a nice guy. Like, for example, like this is the title of this video right here. To all Muslims, I'm sorry and I love you. Okay, like it's a video of him apologizing about he was not likable when he was a Muslim, and when he was an atheist. Like he was apologizing to the Muslims, said he wasn't a likable person, and like he told them he loves them. But now, back then, like 6 months ago, he probably used to love them. Like, he seems to be like sincere when he said that, when he said he loves Muslims. But now he's a fucking asshole.
So now that you have seen that absolutely horrific video that I had to edit and put together, have a listen to some of the things that he has said this year about Islam and about Muslims. This year. Spoken like a woman who thinks she'll spend the rest of her life with a guy who will abuse her in a few years. Enjoy your honeymoon years of Islam. Hashtag it's a phase. You just reverted to Islam. You'll be running in a few years. Trust me on that. Remember me. It's not what you think it is. I come across Muslims that try to shame ex-Muslims for having mental health issues. This is what I have to say. Hashtag Muslim mental health, hashtag ex-Muslim, hashtag Muslim, hashtag depression, hashtag we don't need Allah, hashtag blame Islam, hashtag Islam, hashtag No'man Ali Khan for whatever fucking reason, hashtag Yasmin, hashtag Mogahead, hashtag don't be sad, hashtag Mufti Menk. You know that Mufti Menk has a Twitter handle that you can tag, but you decided to fuck. I'm like angry. he quote tweeted this tweet. I don't know what it's about, and I don't really care for what it is about. But Intro Reborn says, "These are the type of dudes Islam recruit. Crazy outcasts, gangster and uneducated. Sorry if that's offensive, but it's true. He rules by a false dichotomy of you either are a pearl in hijab or an Instagram whore." Some of the things that he's saying right now about people. I will always love my Muslim father, but he applied this hadith when I didn't pray. We'll get back to this when we talk about his obsession with me, and I don't know how else to coin that. It tells you to beat your child if they don't pray. It says as long as you don't break any bones or teeth, don't hit the face, make them bleed, it's okay. The beating still really hurt. #trauma, #Islam. When Muslims leave you 500 messages saying that Aisha was 21 after you show them evidence she was 9, you get tired of arguing and be like, #ex-Muslims, #Islam, I'll allow it. Another iconic tweet from this year, in July, by the way, he had his mental breakdown, like, at some point in August. Like, this bitch did this year. Like, this isn't from 5 years ago, like some of his videos. This is from this year. America more than Islam. We have bionic arms technology, and you guys are banging rocks together in Yemen. I'm so uncomfortable. I respect women a lot more coming from Islam. I used to see women as property. I used to think that by shaking a woman's hand, I could get turned on. Aisha said, by Allah, you compare us to donkeys. I also used to think women were the biggest trial left on earth. #sheep. You still fucking hate women. I don't know what you're trying to prove. Hating women is what you try to pawn off as your personality. Oh, this was a gem. This was a gem. This was from June of this year. #ex-Muslim because I couldn't get a fade haircut as a Muslim. It is makruh or disliked in Islam. It's only permissible to be completely shaven or keep the same hair length. Today, I'm looking good before I go to the nightclub dancing the night away. #why I left Islam. So you the motherfucker that every single person on Muslim Twitter knows as the guy who left Islam for a haircut, and you're gonna sit there and take the piss out of other ex-Muslims. Okay, dude. Okay. It's just like, it's two different people. Like, this is a simulation and these are two different people. Muslim starter kit. Emotional sob story. I was lost without Allah. Wah. PayPal link. It's for the da'wah, but I'll buy a BMW. Launch You're an Ugly Morta.exe. Make cringy dawah videos with halal music instead of good music. Tell every ex-Muslim they never understood. This is the same shit that you're posting about ex-Muslims right now. Another ex-Muslim shock of mine. This is from last year. Some Muslim immigrants prey on vulnerable American women and become forceful and sexually oppressive towards their partner. I never noticed it as much, #when I was a Muslim, but observing now, it makes me sad and sick. As someone who is a first-generation immigrant, I'm fucking disgusted because I have never experienced Muslim immigrants preying on vulnerable women, vulnerable British or American women. Like, that's not that. I would argue that most of the men in my family do not have the social skills for that. I think a lot of the people who are supporting Akib, because that's his name, Akib Sarkhan right now, most of the people who are supporting him right now don't realize that the reason why he is a Trump supporter is because he didn't want Muslims in the country. He wanted the Muslim ban. That's why he is a Trump supporter. Like, I do not understand how so many people who like criticized him previously have just turned around and started supporting him, even though nothing about him has actually changed. He is just a shit guy. So those are all the tweets about Introverted Smiles being a hypocrite. But we are going to go into now Introverted Smiles' obsession with some people. I want to discuss two different obsessions. So the two obsessions that I do want to discuss is his obsession with Aisha or Infidel Noodle and his obsession with me.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
We're just going to be reading tweets. If you're not here for that, please feel free to leave, but that's what we're doing. So, yeah. I actually don't know if I should read it or if I should put it into, like, a speech generator. What's more funny? Leave down in the comments below. I know I've already done it, but for future reference. I decline. I'm retired from the ex-Muslim community. They treated me badly. I'm an old dog without new tricks. Seek out a woman named Infidel Noodle. # clout chaser. She wants to be the next ex-Muslim superstar. She'll get you the views that you desire because of her curly hair. I have an obligation to warn against Islam, living with Muslim parents who provide food, shelter, and support. But I do want to end off on a serious note. Serious nasiha as a non-Muslim. Y'all Muslim men, y'all gotta stop promising these women the world, pumping and dumping them. This is what you get. This is the result. Y'all don't want an angry woman scorning your religion. It's so fucking stupid. Like, I feel like I'm losing brain cells as I'm doing this. Like, reading these stupid fucking tweets. You know who also talks like this on the internet? White kids named Timothy, who threaten to kill their parents because they're not going to get a PS5 in time. The IQ has to be at 0. Hopefully she didn't @Met Police and waste their time. Coming straight from the horses' mouths. Blank on antidepressants struggling with anxiety, and Infidel Noodle checked into therapy. I'd never had any of this. I just work out or jog. I'm not shaming them, but why are they authorities on Islam? Why not listen to sane Muslims? Now, I know I haven't given much commentary on the other ones because I feel like I don't need to, but this is like making me hivey. Taking antidepressants and going to therapy and taking responsibility of your shit behavior is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And the fact that you have not checked into therapy or are not on medication it fucking explains a lot. Go see your doctor or get somebody to 5150 you absolute asinine dickhead. Like, okay, I just work out or jog is not meant taking care of your mental health. Okay? As a psychology student, as a educator who works with a lot of young children and does mentoring and counseling and all that kind of thing, fuck off. Fuck off to therapy. Jesus, I just work out or jog. Like, I'm sorry. I am sorry. But you are not a sane human being. I woke up. I wondered why so many ex-Muslims are angry at me on here. On Twitter. Then I see 200 views and think to myself, oh, that's why. It's not too late to get a personality instead of over-exaggerating the trauma Islam did to you. Says the guy who has literally no personality. Your only personality is flipping sides and being a bitter virgin. Like, those are your two personality traits. Yeah, and being from Florida, which I feel like is a personality, but it's not a good one. A Muslim sent me this screenshot highlighting the low view count. I blocked her for her constant manipulation. But of course, once an ex-Muslim woman starts talking, her view count gets lower because she has no substance. Then they play victim for more views @Infidel Noodle. I so desperately want to show you what he was saying to Infidel Noodle before he decided to have his mental breakdown. And I do not understand, I do not get why a 30 plus, pushing 40 old man, is just out here bullying a 19, 20-year-old young girl. Like, I do not get it, and I will never understand it. Grow the fuck up. Abdullah Samir made a video trying to refute that ex-Muslims are not on social media for attention. Here's my video response. It's literally one pic. Meet the ex-mosque skunkaroni pastor, aka Noodle Girl, flipping the bird. You gotta watch this girl. She looks dangerous. Do I need to remind you of the shit that you said earlier in this video? You are in a video with Lauren Southern. You were in a video calling Arabs, black people, and a bunch of other stuff just offensive names. And you're going to sit here and call Infidel Noodle, Aisha, a dangerous person because she's holding up her middle finger in a fucking TikTok. She's definitely on a witch hunt to make me look bad. Nobody needs to make you look bad, dude. You look bad just fine, all on your own. When I tried to clarify what I meant in a friendly manner, she just ignored it. She took my insult and ran with it. I'm not offended. Of course you're the most offended person alive. I'm not offended. But if you want to unfollow, I just don't have the patience for all these dishonest people. You're the last fucking person to call anybody dishonest. Let's look at some of the things that he said to Aisha before he had his mental breakdown. Let's have a look. Very creative with these TikToks. Keep it up. Let's move on to his obsession with me. And then I will be reading out his DMs for his motivations for why he's doing all of the fucking bullshit that he's doing. Mentally ill. I feel bad for her. She's got a lot of issues, but I'll always have a soft spot for her. Someone adds, she's on pills. She has admitted this on public social media. Yeah, because I'm not a fucking liar like you are. I like to be transparent and myself. This is why it's important not to see ex-Muslims as spokespeople. First of all, when have I ever claimed to be a spokesperson for Islam? And second of all, shut the fuck up. Faye confuses cleanliness with the ritual Friday ghusl. Muhammad recommended a particular ritual bath every Friday. He never said bathe once a week. Cleanliness is a big part of Islam. You dived into a year of my content. Like, you looked through a whole year of my content to find one mistake so that you could discredit me. Okay, alright. And you're completely detracting from the fact that I am talking about my mental health in this video, and instead are fixating on the fact that I made a mistake. But okay, alright, Akib. I'm shocked at the misrepresentation in this video. She's mentally ill and a pathological liar. I thought this would be a great example of how she lies about Islam to appeal to her audience. Who is my audience? My audience are people that like me. I quite frequently piss people off and lose subscribers. So, fuck you. Or appeal to my audience. I've never appealed to my audience. I've outwardly criticized my audience several times. A hamster cage is here. Sorry, I just thought we needed like a little bit of a break. Continuing. I don't want to bother with this mentally ill ex-Muslim anymore. But someone has to say something. For years, when Faye was jealous of her friend Saf, she would compare her friend to looking like a chicken to boost her own self-esteem. How can you do this to your friend? Disgusting. First of all, I met Saf in person this year, and she's a wonderful human being. She's one of my closest friends, and we're like sisters to each other. And the chicken meme with Saf is an ongoing joke because I'm writing a comic book in which this is one of the characters. And Saf's described character eats so much chicken that she can turn into a dinosaur. Now, I'm not going to explain all of the ins and outs because honestly it takes away from the content, I feel like, if I do that. But it's just a meme, and I made a thread that she thoroughly enjoyed. And I don't understand how comparing Saf to a chicken would in any way boost my self-esteem. Like, I don't understand the logic there. Like, this is how you know that Akib is just like the loneliest motherfucker on the planet. Like, he's never had friends who could just rip on him and he rips on. He's just never had friends. And that's the tea. She's still complaining about the ex-Muslim community only because she's not getting the views, attention, hearts on Twitter like blank is. But I will give a golf clap in this bit here. I think she's starting to see why I left. She obviously misses me because I called this out. It's also funny when you criticize Faye because you'll be met with 1,000 F-bombs like I was. Again, do I need to remind you of all the shit that you said earlier in this video? Secondly, this has very little to do with you. Like, I do not endorse anything that you have done over the last couple of months. You're a shit guy, and you've done shit guy things. You are, like, I don't even know how to describe you. You are, like, I wouldn't even register you as human at this point. I hate you that much. And my issues with the person mentioned in this tweet and their organization have grounded roots in why I have issues with that organization. A, because I worked there and I know the ins and outs of the organization. And B, because I've received continuous responses of misdemeanor from that organization. So fuck you, and fuck everything that you do. And fuck your horse too. The one that you sit on because you think you're above everybody. Ex-Muslim Faye just retweeted this. The forceful acceptance of cuckoldry has begun. Polyamory. They make fun of 72 virgins thing, but according to them, it's okay to have 72 sexual partners. They want ex-Muslim men to say, honey, as long as it's safe. Is it safe? They want ex-Muslim men to say, honey, as long as it's safe sex, I'm okay. First of all, I don't date ex-Muslim men. For reasons I will state in a completely different video. I don't date ex-Muslim men. I had one experience, never again. Never, never, never again. And yes, it is entirely because I have I'm like kind of superstitious, but I don't date ex-Muslim men. I just don't. I've dated all other manner of people, but I do not date ex-Muslim men. Second of all, I'm polyamorous. That does not mean I have 72 sexual partners, and there's nothing wrong with having 72 sexual partners. I don't know how anyone would have time for that, but there's nothing wrong with that as long as everything is consensual. The problem that we have of 72 virgins is that they're sex slaves in paradise. Like, they don't have any choice in the matter. They're just virgins that are given to martyrs who die in battle. Like, hello. Like, I really don't want to get into polyamory right now because it's a topic for a completely different video. But polyamory isn't just fucking around. Like, there's a lot that goes into polyamory, like communication and trust. Two things that Akib just does not understand as concepts. All he understands is being a fucking incel online. So someone tweeted, anti-Islam tweeted, giant turds like that will clog your toilet, turds like this will drop you in a public bathroom and walk away like you know nothing about it. I don't know what he was talking about. I don't care to know what he was talking about. But Introverted Smiles, Akib Sarhan, says, just had some red hair dye and glasses, and you've described Faye. I'm going to mention all of this later. Trust me, it's relevant for later in this video. Faye, I noticed you do this a lot with other people. I'm saying this because I'm genuinely concerned. You did it with me, you did it with Anya, and you did it with blank. I'm not saying her name. I told you. I said it once, I'll say it again. I'm not mentioning that fucking woman's name on this channel. You keep making it seem like you're a martyr in your relationships with us, and all three of us tried to be your friend. First of all, Anya and I were never fucking friends. I didn't even know her until I started talking about her. Okay? And she's a bitch. Like, Anya is a straight up bitch. She's just like you, and it's so ironic that the two of you are like homies now. And we all know what happened with the other person. With Beetlejuice, we all know what happened. I was the victim in that relationship. I don't care what anyone has to say. I was a victim in that relationship. She was fucking abusive, and I hate her. And I hate you too. I'm not a martyr in my relationships. I just make... I'm stupid enough to give dumb, idiot, awful people the benefit of the doubt, and then they screw me over. That's what happens. That's what happens. That's just the story of my life. I give people chances and they abuse those chances, and then it reduces my ability to deduce who is a good person and who I should be friends with and who I shouldn't be friends with. So if there's ever a time in future where someone wants to be friends with me and I'm just extremely suspicious of them, please don't be surprised. I will refer you back to this video and the number of videos that I've made of other people who've just fucked me over the years, okay? Like... Also, calling me a martyr in my relationships when I've only tried to point out shit things that shit people have done. Everyone you've mentioned here, you included, are shit people, and I will not hear anything else about it. I don't know why that would make me a martyr. I experienced things, I decided to talk about them. Maybe I didn't go about them in the most mature way, But it's what I did. I didn't make myself a martyr. I didn't embellish any stories. Everything I said was factual, and it wasn't even denied by any of the people who, like, Anya never denied anything that I said about her. The other one didn't deny anything that I said about her. The jinn entered through her mouth at 0.14 seconds in. I'm going to start believing in jinns again. So you're taking a poetry reading that I did from 3 months ago, and now you believe in jinns. 3 months and 14 seconds ago. Bitch. Prior to him having a mental breakdown, he commented on like every single one of my videos. Every single one. And this boy is still watching not just all of my videos, but every single thing that I'm in. All of my content, all of my live streams, all of my Twitch streams. He's watching everything. And he's made it very clear that he is. Bro, you literally have to worship her or she doesn't consider you a friend. You have no friends. You have no friends. And that's why you don't understand what friendship is. My friends are a plethora of people. My best friend, Alicia, is the complete opposite to me in most things. Like, she likes a lot of different things to me. She looks completely different to me. Her style is completely different to mine. Most of the time, her opinions are different to mine. We are different people, but we are best friends. And she consistently holds me accountable, and I consistently ask her to hold me accountable. So fuck you. Move along. Maybe go and try and make some friends. I doubt that you'll make any, but try. It's a lot of fun, and you'd be less bitter if you had friends. So this is the last and final thing that I will say, and it's why I mentioned everything so far. Following this part, we're going to look at the DMs so we can know all of his motivations for why he does what he does. But he sent me this email a couple of days ago. I'm not apologizing because I don't want you to make the video on me. By all means, if you want to, you can. I was really frustrated by the bigotry of ex-Muslims for a while, and I probably lumped you in. Probably. I'm not sure how you feel, but for sure I do care. I just want ex-Muslims to be better. Yes, I wanted to teach you a lesson about free speech, but I realized maybe I didn't go about it the right way. I do remember the good times we had together over the bad, and if it makes me weak to apologize, then so be it. A, where is the apology here? There is no fucking apology. I don't see I'm sorry anywhere. There's no I regret the thing I did anywhere. There's just a bunch of lies and manipulation and pretending like you apologized when you didn't. There is no apology here. There's just, I don't care if you continue making a video about me, but I like kind of miss you. That's not a fucking, my hat fell off. I'm so fucking mad. I hate it when people do this, where they like pretend to apologize so that you just get off their case. Like, fuck you. No, I'm not gonna get off your case because you pretended to apologize. That's not how any of this works. You say I probably lumped you in. Calling me mentally ill is not lumping me in. Calling me a pathological liar is not lumping me in. Calling me a bipolar drama queen is not lumping me in. It's stating me explicitly and making it very clear that you do not like me. And until you apologize for every single shit thing that you have said about me. You said that you believe in jinn because of a poetry reading I did, and then showcased that to the internet. You spliced an incredibly, hard video for me to film where I was talking about my depression and how it affected me and how it lowered my self-esteem to the point where I didn't want to take care of myself. You cut that up to make me look like I didn't take showers and didn't bathe. Like, you publicly shamed me, and now you're going to act like you just lumped me in with ex-Muslims when you have, for the last 2 or 3 months, incessantly mocked me, mocked my mental health, mocked things that I struggle with, mocked my struggles that I've had in Islam and outside of Islam, and called me a pathological liar. Like, how do you want me to respond to this? You tell me, okay? After you watch this fucking, I don't even know how long this video will be. After you watch this video, you email me and you tell me how I'm meant to respond to this fucking nightmare of a message. Like, I blocked you on so many things that you're still emailing me, bitch. Like, what? I block you on Twitter. I mark your messages as spam. You try to reach out to me on Instagram. I don't accept your message request. And then you email me. Fuck off. Fuck off. F-U-C-K off. Fuck off. I'm making it plain as day. I'm making it plain as day. If you want to send me one more message about how you think this was going to go down, feel free to. But barring that one instance that I am personally allowing you, fuck off. We're going to move on to the DMs. I'm now hot, sweating, and it's too warm in here because I'm so angry.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
I made the mistake. It was a mistake. I made the mistake of hearing this bitch out. I made the mistake of allowing him to DM me so that we could have a conversation about what the fuck is wrong with him. Let's get on with it. I'll do a voice for him. You have a whole wall of talking trash to me and you want to play the victim now? I want to talk. Then talk. What have you got to say? I don't get why you're making it so personal. Sorry, I'm making it personal. I thought you were all for free speech. Yeah. I did not think that I would have to explain free speech to a fucking American. Like, anytime you talk about American, like, their whole thing is like, oh, our freedom. We talk about a pandemic, oh, we don't want to wear a mask because it impedes our freedom. We want to talk about gun violence, oh, we don't want to burn guns because it impedes our freedom. Like, I have to explain free speech to an American now. Is that where we are in 2020? I have to explain a motherfucking swamp-dwelling, alligator-loving Floridian. I have to explain to him what free speech is. Okay, that's where we are. Free speech means you can say whatever the fuck you want, and I can say whatever the fuck I want, bitch. Like, at what point did I say that you cannot say any of the shit that you're saying? At what point? Bitch, tell me. Like, this motherfucker is actually so tapped in the head. So I sent him a screenshot of a message he sent me. He DM'd this to me where he said, at least I didn't get kicked in the head by my dad. My dad loves me. Well, apparently not, because he beat the shit out of you for not praying, so shut the fuck up. Sorry. I'm not saying sorry to Akib, I'm just saying sorry to all of you because I realise that I'm yelling. And I say, you literally sent this to me, but I'm the one making it personal. I'm sorry if that hurt, but I was trolling. And then I say, I am for free speech, keep talking. The shit you said to me though. What shit did I say to him? Honestly, what shit did I say to him? Does anything stack up to him mocking the fact that my dad almost killed me? Does anything that I've said? I dare you to dig up anything that I've said. Go back in the Wayback Machine. Go look up my other at Angus Bread Thin. Find a single thing that I've ever said that's worse than what he said to me, where he mocks the fact that my father almost killed me. Please, I dare anybody, challenge anyone, go for it. Okay, so why am I the one making it personal? Because you're posing as if you're a victim instead of handling the arguments. Bitch, what arguments? Where? What arguments have you made? What arguments? I don't know how to express this in a better way. I've had DM conversations with Muhammad Hijab, and they were more cohesive than this motherfucker. Where am I acting like the victim? What arguments are you posing for me to respond to? I am the catalyst for why Intro Smiles blocked you. And you took that seriously, did you? I'm wondering where you got that from, because it's not true. It's called an offhanded remark. I would have thought that an expert troll such as yourself would recognize something like that. You didn't indicate any joke. Yes, I did. The "you're welcome" is the joke. This is what he wanted to talk to about. Wanted to talk about with me. This. He's upset. He's upset that I made an offhanded remark about him. Meanwhile, he's saying all this shit about me and Aisha and everyone fucking else. This is what you wanted to talk about? Well, I see you're coming around. If you blocked me, why are you even still paying attention? Come around to what? Because you'll keep quote tweeting me, and that's what I wanted to talk about. You said you like drama, but is that healthy? Who are you to talk about healthy, bitch? If this isn't a simulation, I swear to God I'll be so disappointed. You are the last person on the planet to ask me what's healthy, bro. What am I coming around to? You're starting to realize the toxicity of the community. Like I said, it's a waste of time. Unlike you, I don't sacrifice my values for clout. I don't sacrifice my values so that I'll be accepted. I'm not like that. I'm so sorry that you have stooped to that, but I am not like that, and I never will be like that. I will always be this way. And there is like very little that most people can do about it. I'm starting to realize, before you went all scorched earth, I spoke to you about it. You're arguing the same points I brought up. For example, Skeptic Ali, actually it's Apostate Ali, calling out animal slaughter for Eid during that time only. That's what I'm talking about, scorched earth. You think I'm really serious when I was trolling. I generalized on purpose to get a reaction because that's what ex-Muslims do. We really are on the same page, and I had to troll for us to get here. You see that this ex-Muslim thing is a sham. Except for those really suffering, of course. Yeah, so you belittle them also. I don't believe that's what you're doing, but sure. I've had this feeling for a long time, and I'm presenting it in a way that won't discredit the good that I've done and will continue to do so. I don't believe that's what you're doing, but sure. Come on. I don't. That's the way it reads. That's why I'm here, to clarify. He's going to clarify for us, guys. Don't worry. He's going to clarify. I haven't known you long enough to assert that's what you're doing. But you keep hanging on to this ex-Muslim community as if it's something to credit or discredit. It's an illusion. Alright, Morpheus. So when you said that stuff about my dad, that was to prove what point? Because he DM'd that to me. Fair enough. I can't force you to feel a certain way. I give myself credit. I do the right thing and I feel good. That day, you posted 58 F-bombs and called me an incel 90 times. I'm sorry if that concept is lost on you. It's not retaliation, but I wanted to see how you'd feel. Of course, I didn't mean it. Right, because saying fuck is the same as citing someone's trauma, right? Don't play innocent, as if I've ever played innocent. Look at me. Do I look like an innocent person to you? Of course I didn't mean it, and how was I meant to know that? All that shit you said about me, I saw. I'm not. It's just simply not the same, and I stand by it. Simply not the same. Excuse is what ex-Muslim bigots use. Because that's what I honestly think of you at this point. Because that is exactly how you behave. Calling you an incel is not bigoted. Fair enough. Can I not make a statement saying that my dad loves me? Like, he's not even saying that what he said is wrong. He's just trying to validate it at every step of the way. When he knows there's no way that he can validate it. If that was all you said, fine. But you cited an event that nearly ended my life. But sure, I'm playing victim. Can you not laugh about it? I'm sorry, we're not talking about me. We're talking about you, bitch. It's in the past. I frequently laugh about it, and I do. Watch my last few interviews. I frequently laugh about the fact that my dad almost killed me because it's the only way I can cope with it. My dad almost killed me. And you made fun of it, you dumb bitch. Just like how I laugh when you call me those names. You don't laugh. You don't laugh when we call you a virgin, a 40-year-old virgin, and an incel, and a fucking loser who's just lonely and has no friends. You don't laugh. because it's a sad reality that you live in. You are so desperate for a community that you went against your principles and did something that you ultimately regret, but you will never admit that you regret it. You don't laugh when we call you a motherfucking virgin. You live in Florida. Your whole life, you've lived in Florida. It's not like Floridian women have many options to begin with, but somehow you have not been laid in your, I don't even know how old you are, 40, 50 years of existence, you have not been laid. No woman has seen you and deemed you worthy of carrying genes. On an evolutionary scale, you have failed. You are not a bag of DNA worth passing on. That is what that should tell you, and that is what you should learn from. No woman has touched you in 40 years of your life, and you are not happy when people point that out to you. And then I say what he did was malicious, and then he said that's in your head. Of course it is. The malicious part, I can argue the same about what when you said all of that shit about me, shaming me for being a virgin incel, whatever. I don't shame you for being a virgin incel. I shame you for being a piece of shit that happens to be a virgin incel. But I want to see how you'd feel if I took your experience. He starts going off on a sob story about him being a virgin and how it's sad for him. Because being a virgin is my experience, and honestly, it is fucked up to shame someone for being a virgin. But ultimately, my point for being here, I don't want you to take this so fucking seriously when I'm not. Again, I don't make fun of you for being a virgin. There's nothing wrong with being a virgin. You're a piece of shit, and that's why you're a virgin. That's what I'm making fun of. That you're a piece of shit who happens to be a virgin. And even if I was making fun of you for being a virgin, it does not stack up to you making fun of a situation where my father almost killed me. Do I need to repeat it for you to get it through your thick Floridian skull? I say, no it isn't. You didn't post it because you knew it was malicious. You made a reference to my dad trying to kill me and then said, at least your dad loves you because I called you bitchy. That's what you did. That was your response to me calling you bitchy. That's malicious. I was being vindictive, yes, but you were being malicious. So what you're saying is you are hurt by it. You're hurt by being called a virgin. Malicious, vindictive, give me a break with this nuance shit. I'm sorry, that's the only kind of person I am, so fuck you. I'm not just like how you shouldn't be. I'm trying to teach you. I know you don't believe me that words have the potential to hurt. What you said was fucked up. You're actually not going to acknowledge that. So you are hurt by being called a virgin. Did you think it was fucked up? Just the dad part? Do you want me to stop calling you an incel? No, I don't mind, but answer truthfully. Was the dad thing fucked up, or was there anything else? Because under this freedom of speech bullshit that ex-Muslims parade and then call Muhammad and characterize Muslims as rapists and pedos, and I know you're not cool with that. Who has characterized Muslims as rapists and pedos? I certainly haven't. And I've never seen Abdullah Samir do that. And you keep calling him out for shit. Aisha's never done that. And Muhammad is a rapist and is a pedo. From your own tweets, by your own admission. So I don't know what the fuck you're trying to argue. But nobody said that Muslims are rapists and pedos. Actually, you were the one who said that Muslim immigrants go to the US to abuse American women. You were the one who said that. Ain't nobody else said that, in my experience. What's your point? You don't think that what you said was wrong? You think in your own way that you taught me a lesson? That calling you an incel is in any way comparable to citing someone's trauma? But do you want me to stop? Does it hurt you for me to call you that? I've seen your pal ShmarianaGrande, characterize Muslims as pedos when they did nothing wrong. I don't think Shmariana has characterized anyone but Muhammad as a pedophile. And that's the tea on that. Like, I just don't. I've never, like, and Shmariana is also my friend. I've never heard him talk about Muslims like that. Ever. So you can fuck yourself silly. I'm not saying that you can't say what you've said. It's just fucked up that you said it. This is my point. You're choosing to make the concept personal. All of it is trolling. All of my trolling. 1, I don't control my friends, what my friends say. 2, I doubt that that's true. The thing that he said Shmariana said. White atheism and all that bullshit. I'm not making it personal. It is personal. When you're constantly talking about my mental health issues, when you criticize my trauma, when you call me a bipolar drama queen, when you call me a pathological liar, no one's making it personal. It is personal. That's what it is. All trolling. So you admit that it is personal. Good. Yes, what about it isn't personal? Does it feel good to be a Muslim walking around being characterized as someone who follows a murderer and rapist according to these bigots? This is my lesson, believe it or not. You are a fucking terrible teacher. Okay? I've been a Muslim before. I understand what Islamophobia is. I understand what anti-Muslim bigotry is. And guess what, bitch? You are an anti-Muslim bigot. I wouldn't be surprised if you are still an anti-Muslim bigot. The shit that you have said is what made me feel bad as a Muslim. And it still makes me feel bad as an ex-Muslim. So fuck you. It's not us who are sitting here saying and objectively looking at scripture and commenting on it that are making Muslims feel bad. It's bitches like you who go on Lauren Southern and say shit like Muslims should get out of the country. That is what is bigoted. And that is what makes Muslims feel bad for being Muslims. It's what makes me feel bad for being an ex-Muslim and being from a background where I was a Muslim before. I don't know where you get off saying any of this shit, given the shit that you have said. I said, this isn't how you teach. And he goes, why not? You guys would just brush me off. Yeah, we wonder why. If I didn't do it this way. Instead of saying what you wanted explicitly, you've scorched earth. Why do you care about that? Let them brush you off. They would brush me off. Fucking bitch. So what? People brush me off all the fucking time. Look at my views. Look at my subscriber count going up and down. Check my social blade. Who the fuck gives a shit? You sold your soul so that you can be more liked by a community of people that ultimately don't care about you? Okay. Fuck off. Because believe it or not, I care about ex-Muslims. I had to mix things up. But you don't. I do. Why do you think I still post? You're doing your level best to paint me and others in a way that isn't good. Like how? Check my last posts. Because you enjoy the drama and you like trolling. Lol, come on. Why? I do like trolling, but it comes with caring. Why should I trust you? Let me prove it to you. No, give me a reason why I should trust you. I apologize for the dad thing. I can tell it was a little fucked up. A little fucked. This bitch says it's Are you... I did want you to see a lesson, but I realized it went too far. Words fucking hurt. This bullshit of words don't hurt propagated by bigots is a lie. This is the Robert Spencer BS. The pictures of Muhammad, the things with France. I had an epiphany one day that it was all bullshit. You don't have a brain. You can't have epiphanies. You just shit thoughts out of your ass and then post them online. These aren't heroes. They're hateful people. Granted, of course, you should never kill someone over a cartoon. That doesn't make you any more or less trustworthy. I'm not trying to be trusted into the ex-Muslim circle again. Fucking... this is the most insult energy of all time. Additionally, I drew Muhammad last year. Does that make me a hateful person? Does it make me a hateful person? I don't think it makes me a hateful person. I made myself very clear. It doesn't make you a hateful person, but context matters. It's that whole story itself, France, etc. Why should I trust you? What do you mean? You mean on everything I just told you? Yes, that you care about the community or anything to do with us. You know that woman Skeptic Jen? Or that ex-Mormon girl? Question mark. She was ex-Muslim too. I sent her messages before I went on my charade. He himself calls it a charade. I even said, I have a deep love for... You know, when I said that after what Beetlejuice did to me, I will never be clean? I will never be clean. I'm not saying that sentence. I'm not completing that sentence. But you can read it for yourself. Which was kind of cheesy. You can ask her for the screenshots. And what I meant was not... It was not... What I meant was not feelings, but feelings of care. Because you and I are similar. And I know you'll come to the same conclusion as me one day. When you attack Sophia at Amethyst, who almost died in her house, when you attack me after knowing everything I've been through, you don't give a fuck about us, and you've shown it. You'll see that Muslims are normal people and abandon this shit. I attacked her. Again, I know that Muslims are normal people. I just pointed out the low view count. That's my way of saying time to move on. Some shit requires tough love. I'm willing to be the bad guy. I don't mean it, obviously, but I wanted her to think that I do. There's a reason why I say certain shit. You're not the bad guy. You're just not a very good person. Okay. This is not how you make people think. This is how you make people hate you. Okay, but they'll rethink. No, you'll just hurt and then they'll just hurt and then shun you. Everyone just gloats and kisses ass in the ex-Muslim community. Oh, is that why you left? Because you weren't well liked or well loved? Fucking Jesus. Imagine having such low bearing for your standards and ideals. Imagine having so little self-respect that because you are not liked, you just abandon your principles. Imagine. Can't relate. Ex-Muslims shun Muslims anyway for the most part. That makes them hypocritical. They probably did. But when it's heard from one of their former ex-Muslims, some colleagues, it hits different. We're not shunning you because you're religious. We're shunning you because you're a dickhead. I'm not even religious. He's not even fucking religious. He's a complete fucking liar. This is all a sham. So my camera died, and I needed to set up another recording. So I don't know where I dropped off, but we're just going to start from before. So he goes, I'm not even religious. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be intro dick. There are 2 acceptable names for you. Incel Smiles and Inverted Penis. Those are the 2 applicable names to you, and you can choose from those. But anything else is just complimentary, and I will not have it. Then continue. I don't understand what you wanted from this convo. If you wanted to be a dick, go off. I needed to show you that I cared. I can't. You only got this life. Have at it. You don't. That's all you've shown me. You don't give a fuck. I do. But I also care about Muslims. You don't give a fuck about Muslims. You really don't give a fuck about them. Why would you care for me to know that anyway? I'm just some bitch that shares her sob story, right? I've been trying to explain it to you, but you're not listening or reading. No, you're better than the rest of them. I hate when you lose your shit, though, and abandon rationale. That's why I messaged you. I am. And I'm just hearing I'm not a bad guy. Sure, I behave poorly, but I do care. I just don't show it. I can't show it. Sure. I'm allowed to lose my shit, and a guy who uses my past against me isn't entitled to tell me he gives a shit about me, because you don't. Okay. You can, but it would be better if you just showed the ex-Muslim community that you're above me. I think they know. I think they know that I'm above you. Just FYI. I don't need to. Don't let me drag you down. That's the point. I don't want to be on a pedestal, a high horse, nothing. It's not about a pedestal or reputation or bullshit. If you chat shit about me, I'm not giving you the last word. But it's about your growth with the community. That's why I messaged you. If you care so much, stop chatting shit. I'm not going to treat you gingerly on your say-so. Okay, fair enough, I'll take that. But it's not much of a community if you can't handle criticism correctly. If there's a difference between a pissing match and helping a community realize that you're bigger, but fair enough, I'll stop. Which is why I kind of agreed with Sarah Hater blocking Grande. Don't know what that means. I don't know what that is. Using my past against me is not criticism. You use my past, along with Sultan, along with Susanna. I don't need to be bigger than anyone. I'm fine with just being myself. If you want me to stop calling you an incel, just say so. It's not always about you, Faye. When have I ever said it's about me? And it's not about me wanting you to stop calling me anything. It's about character. You're the one constantly saying that I have to grow in the community. Yes, and this is my character. You chat shit, I chat shit. But then play the victim, right? Where? Show me. You just cried about your dad and Amethyst to me. You blocked me, don't forget. Yeah, because you keep quote tweeting me. It's not healthy. Cried? I told you what you said was fucked up. Wah. It's fine for me. All I hear is crying. Maybe it was unhealthy for you. Wow. Mature. You're acting as if words don't hurt, but they do. Oh, am I? Yes. You just like arguing for arguing's sake. Right. And you don't. Take care, Faye. Try to be fair to others. I always am. And then, like, later... Much later that day, he goes, can you get checked back into Cherry Hill Clinic? You're not funny. You're not funny. And I don't accept any of your apologies, because guess what? They're not apologies, because your behaviour there's not been a demonstrable change with your behaviour in the slightest. And I hope that this has been an eye-opening video to those of you who support him, because he's not someone you should support. He's supported Muslims and then done a 360 and told them to get out of his country, and then done another 360 and is supporting Muslims. He does not have any principles that he thinks are worth sticking to, and you shouldn't support him. And unlike you, Akib, unlike you, Introverted Smiles, unlike you, you actual fucking dickhead, I'm not here to teach you anything. Because I don't think that there's much to teach you. I think you're a grown adult who's using their lonely ass time to just entertain themselves in the saddest way possible on the internet. And listen, I don't like making fun of lonely people. It's not my jam. It's really not. Because I understand loneliness. I understand isolation. I understand not having any friends and not understanding certain things that you would only understand through human interaction. Like, I get it. Truly I do. But you make it really, really difficult to sympathize with you. Your being lonely, you being an incel, you being a virgin, is no one's problem but yours. And I don't know why you're making it everyone else's problem. I really don't. You not having any principles that you think are worth fighting for is not anyone else's problem. That is your problem. And also, I think the level of harassment that he has gotten to with me and with Aisha, Infidel Noodle, is high enough that it's worth reporting. Because in Florida, cyber harassment is a crime. So if anyone in Florida wants to carry this forward, please feel free to. Just refer them to this video. Because, and I'm serious. Because fuck this guy. Fuck him. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this look. I hope that you took something away from here and you accept it as my gift to the internet this year. I don't really have much to add. I don't think there's much to add anyway. This content kind of speaks for itself. But I hope that you got something out of this. If not entertainment, just a reflection of what is the worst thing that a human can be without violence. Just the whiniest, bitchiest virgin.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
I am so sorry to some of you for showcasing this content, and I know that a lot of people are looking forward to it. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. I haven't been making videos very frequently of late, but I would like to make more videos in future. If you would like to support me in a monetary way, my PayPal, Patreon, my merch links, they're all in the description below. All of my social media links are there. I'm trying to get through this as quick as possible so that I can get to the end and credit all of the people who contributed to this video. Many people contributed to this video. I have left links to all of their stuff down below. Make sure you follow them. Make sure you keep up with their content. Make sure you support them as creators, because I think that they're wonderful people, and I'm really glad that they took part in this and made this video and collective Christmas gift as good as it is. So thank you so much to them. ShmarianaGrande made my thumbnail. He made some of the cutaways and things like that. I also commissioned the intro from a creator, so I will leave her links in the description below. I met her on Twitter. She's a wonderful creator, and she's incredibly fast at doing everything, and I'm amazed that she can do that. And last but not least, this makeup look is thanks to James Charles and my own time. And I was briefly thinking about streaming this, but I didn't want to give away the secret of what I was going to look like for this video. So yeah, I also have started Twitch streaming. If you would like to watch my streams, I do a lot less serious stuff over there. I do like makeup videos and like get readies with me and art videos. So if you want to check that out, please do feel free to. Thank you for watching this, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. I will see you in the new year. Hopefully I will be joined by a friend, because today my hamster cage arrived and I'm very excited to go and pick my hamster up. So hopefully in the new year I will have a furry friend for me to showcase on this channel, and I'm looking forward to that. But anyways, thank you and goodbye.